It'd be better not to have the tragedies in the first place, but it is pretty neat how resilient we can be, even as everything goes down the toilet in our own little lives and on the big global stage. And that we know, just as well as our ancestors did, life is cruel and intolerably awful at times, but if one dares to stare directly into the unavoidable abyss of pain, loss and tragedy, the reward at the other end is often new eyes. And maybe beer as well, I don't know, I fucking hope so. But it's alright, because here in the present, stuff has finally calmed down, and everything is definitely going to go just swimmingly from now on. I used to see my neighbour in the lift of my apartment block sometimes. He was about 40 and always disgustingly optimistic. I would tell him how I'd just broken my foot or had my bike stolen, and he'd say something like, "Oh, but that's great, you must have learned so much about yourself." These responses always made me want to go out and purchase very pointy medieval weaponry, and so I started avoiding him. Then, a bit later, I was in the basements of the block storing some stuff and found an old public death notice. And the notice happened to be talking about my neighbour's wife. It turned out she had died a few years before. I stopped avoiding my neighbour after that. His relentless positivity was still sort of irritating, but in it now I saw an incredible quiet strength that I never stopped admiring. Oh no, I thought. Being a kid is this weird experience of everyone older introducing you to the world. Oh yeah, they say, there's the library, and there's the cinema, and the bakery, and that's the cave of hopeless despair you'll end up in sometimes, where all of your dreams are savagely crushed for no obvious reason. And you say, sorry, what? And they say, oh, and over there is the juice bar. But something happens or nothing happens, and one morning, a little older, you do wake up in the cave, seemingly alone. It's very dark in there, and you wander about for a while, but you can't find the exit. No problem, you think, I've got this compass. But the needle just keeps spinning. No problem, you think, I'll dig my way out. But soon your hands are bloody, so you abandon that. No problem, you think, I'll just wait for rescue. But all you hear are the distant voices of the rest of the world on the beach outside, apparently having a lovely time without you. And so you carve your name into the rock, because what else is there to do here but sit in misery and wait for nothing? But you do come out of the cave again, of course, often with the help of friends, or sometimes via events just as mysterious as those that brought you in here. But you come out of despair and fall back into the world, and hopefully everything is fine once more. Strangely though, perhaps a while later, you pop back to the cave out of curiosity, but with a torch this time, and find that your name was not the only signature on the wall. There were hundreds of signatures of everyone you've ever known, millions from all the others who did their lonely time in here as well. Because it would be odd to go an entire life without occasionally losing the plot. It would be weird to live as a talking primate, knowing just enough to know that we know basically nothing, surrounded by disasters, losing people forever as